We're traveling to all 50 states with our kids and staying in the coolest family-friendly short-term rentals we can find along the way. In Idaho, we spent a few days with my parents before heading to Hymas Family Farm in Bonners Ferry, where we pitched in on farm chores and spent the night in a glamping tent tucked into the edge of the forest. During our stay, we learned about regenerative farming and got to see full cycles in action, like milking cows and using the farm fresh milk to make soft serve ice cream. Now, with Idaho in the rear view, it's time for our next adventure.
Idaho,
Idaho, Idaho,
Montana.
We just crossed over the border into Montana, which marks our 7th state that we're visiting on our big family adventure to visit all 50 states over the course of about 5 months.
We're going to be able to see a lot of this state over the next couple days, and our first stop is coming up in just about 20 minutes.
Not far from the Idaho border, we made a stop at Kootenai Falls, one of the largest free-flowing waterfalls in the Northwest and a sacred place for the local Kootenai tribe. There's also a swinging bridge that stretches high above the river. Swinging bridges aren't really my thing, but I encourage the kids to be brave and try it with Stephen. We've been driving through beautiful northwest Montana for about an hour and a half, and we are so close to our Montana short-term rental. If this is the first episode you're seeing in our series, we are traveling to all 50 states, and in every state, we are looking for the coolest kid-approved short-term rentals. We looked at a ton of rentals across the state, and when we narrowed it down to a few of them, we let the kids have final say in which one we stayed in. And for Montana, our family chose Adventure Haus, which is in Kalispell, Montana, just outside of Glacier National Park. It's been a while since we've seen the listing, so I'm reminding the kids of some of the cool features of the house. The thing I think you're going to be most excited about is the game room.
Yes.
And there's also a hot tub, and Stephen will be extremely happy to know that they have an EV charger.
That's a good feature. Will certainly make our driving across the big state of Montana easier to be able to charge up while we're at the vacation rental.
And being able to charge up before we go and explore Glacier National Park.
Oh, Mom, look, it's...
Oh, they've got a 50 states map.
Oh, cool.
That's
And you
fun.
can put pins on there from where you're from.
Bunk beds, twin room, game room!
Welcome to Adventure Haus, one of 4 unique rentals spread across 6 acres in Montana's Flathead Valley. The home can sleep up to 10 guests across 4 bedrooms, with a spacious living area and an arcade room that kept our whole family entertained. During our stay, we had the chance to meet Tyler, the host behind Adventure Haus, who also developed 2 of the other units here from the ground up. He took us on a tour of both, and we were impressed not only with his craftsmanship, but with the level of thought he put into every detail. Tyler designed these properties from the perspective of his future guests, adding features most people wouldn't bother with, like soundproofing the laundry room and installing tankless water heaters so everyone can enjoy a hot shower. It was clear that Tyler has a passion for creating spaces that people can truly enjoy, and he was especially eager to show us a hidden feature he built into the fireplace.
Can you see what's down below in the stone? It's an Easter egg, if you will. This was a flooded area back in the day, and they would float all of the lumber down this way, and then they would load it right close to here onto rail cars. And so we threw these railroad ties in there as kind of a throwback. You don't get that at a hotel. Why are we staying at hotels anymore? I love AirDNA's numbers. And I was just listening to a webcast or a podcast from them. Hotels are typically 1% above gross domestic product in their year-over-year sales growth. For the past 6 years, since Airbnbs and stuff STRs have taken off, they're flat. They can't offer this. I love their numbers.
And then we use the property management software called Uplisting. AirDNA acquired Uplisting, so now it's part of a portfolio where they have this host bundle where you get the research and data analytics that AirDNA has always provided, and then you have the property management software platform of Uplisting. They bundle it together. We've been really happy. I was going to get into like, how is hosting for you?
If you know AirDNA numbers, I drill into them all the time.
Yeah.
I am always shopping my competition. So if you want to take and put in a bunch of STRs, this is our model. We have employee housing.
That's
we have
employees for building, construction,
employees
or
or my-
operational?
my cleaning team.
Oh, okay.
After the tour, we had the chance to sit down with Tyler and talk through the highs and lows of being business owners. For us, it was a rare and really meaningful opportunity to connect with someone who not only understands the challenges, but also shares the same drive to think outside the box and build something lasting.
If I were going to do this over, the only thing I would have changed is I would have started earlier. I would have started sooner. Because the biggest enemy of all of this has been my own, can I do it?
My parents caravaned with us from northern Idaho, and our first night together just happened to be my dad's birthday.
Happy birthday!
The kids might have picked the Airbnb, but we gave my dad final say in dinner plans, and he chose DeSoto Grill, a barbecue spot in Kalispell with an eclectic style and seriously good food.
Here is our Montana bucket list. To start, we have hike to a waterfall, which we did check off yesterday on our way here from Idaho, Kootenai Falls, which was very cool, and stay in the coolest kids STR in Montana. This is Tyler's place, the Adventure Haus. We had a great time here last night. Have another night tonight. Kids are loving it. It's an awesome spot to wind down.
We have 3 more items on our Montana bucket list. 2 of these we've actually checked off. This is probably the most we've checked off before we've shared our bucket list. Number 3 is to surprise my dad for his birthday. We did that, and visit a local restaurant. Last night's dinner was so good. And then our last one that we still have to check off is to visit a national park.
Our route today is not your typical Glacier National Park tour. By the time we decided to take this trip, the timed entry tickets for the Going to the Sun Road and the Red Bus tours were already sold out. That means instead of doing a simple out and back drive from the west side, we're looping all the way around to enter at St. Mary on the east side, one of the entrances that doesn't require a reservation. It's actually a happy plot twist because the loop gives us a chance to see even more of Glacier and the surrounding area.
This spot is called Goat Look Overlook, and it's exactly what it sounds like. For centuries, mountain goats have climbed these sheer rock faces to get down close enough to lick the minerals and salt off of them. So basically, they crave that, just like you might crave French fries.
Driving east to west through Glacier National Park was one of the highlights of our Montana stop. Covering over 1 million acres, Glacier is often called the crown of the continent, with rugged peaks, turquoise lakes, and more than 24 active glaciers. We easily could have spent several days here camping and hiking, but our drive gave us a taste of the park's main sites along the famous Going to the Sun Road. Even with our short visit, it's easy to see why this park tops so many bucket lists. Our final stop in Glacier was Lake McDonald Lodge, a historic lodge built in 1913 along the largest lake in the park. Designed to look like a Swiss chalet, it was part of the campaign to market Glacier as the American Alps. Back then, before there were roads through the park, guests would arrive by train and then by boat across the lake. It wasn't until 1933 that the Going to the Sun Road was completed, after more than 2 decades of construction, carving a path through the mountains.
are back on the road after leaving Adventure Haus. We had such a good time in the Kalispell area and at that property. We all felt so comfortable there. The kids had so much fun in the game room and the bunk beds, and it was just so well put together.
Yep, Tyler had thought of all the details that really need to come together to have a great guest experience. He's an experienced host, and you can tell the house was perfect to also have her parents there and plenty of space for everyone. Kids and I used the hot tub this morning. That felt great in preparation for a nice long drive.
We have a grueling drive ahead of us today, and I'm going to be trying to get as much work done in the truck as I can, but I have to use Steven's beast of a laptop today in the truck because I broke mine yesterday. While we were driving around Glacier National Park, we pulled over for an impromptu stop. I was working on a couple things, and the kids had said they didn't want to get out of the truck, so I just set it down in between the bucket seats. We were in my dad's truck. We were going to hop out, take a picture, and then get back in and go. After I got out of the car, the kids, I guess, decided they did want to get out, and Steven didn't realize where my laptop was. He put the seat down, and it completely bent and cracked my laptop screen.
That was a bummer. I should have probably noticed the computer was there.
I shouldn't have left it there.
We ordered a new screen. I think we can replace it. I can replace it. We're gonna, a few days down the road, package will come and should be able to get her back in business. But for now, we're sharing a computer.
At least we have this one and we aren't left with no computer. That would be bad.
Today's strategy involves driving across the state of Montana. Quite a big state, really, really big.
And we can't go like diagonally across to our next state. We have to make this big, long L shape.
Yeah, there's these big things called mountains in Glacier National Park in the way, so we kind of have to drive around those. We're covering almost 600 miles. It involves 4 charging stops, none of them terribly long. Good thing there are plentiful chargers along our route, so it should coincide with kind of necessary stops for food and restroom, but it will be a grind. And then tonight we're going to get to just a simple hotel and sleep, wake up in the morning, on to our next date.
It's been about 6.5 hours since we left Adventure Haus this morning. Been a long day on the road. Honestly, nothing too exciting to report.
Beautiful scenery though as we drive across Montana. Unfortunately now we're in a bit of like construction traffic that's slowing us down. We've got still a good 5 hours to go. It's Friday night, about 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes to a charging stop. I think we're gonna order to go.
As much as we'd love to just not be in the car anymore and go have a nice dinner somewhere, the thought of sitting down somewhere for like an hour, hour and a half and adding that on top of our already long day doesn't sound like the wisest choice. So I think we're going to get it to go, eat it in our 20-minute charging stop, and then
Keep on going.
keep on keeping on. I'm going to pull the kids off of their iPads in just a few minutes and try and get some more school time in. Schooling in the car is not the easiest thing. If I would have planned their curriculum around this trip, knowing that we were going to be going on this trip, I probably would have planned something a little bit different, but we had already ordered and purchased a lot of this stuff last spring, and so we're just kind of making do with what we have. It's not the most car friendly, but we're making it work. Good morning from Glendive, Montana. We had a fine night at the hotel last night. It did not compare to our stay at Adventure Haus, but it did the job. And this morning got a very yummy coffee at Bloom Coffee House here in Glendive. Met a very sweet woman who makes me want to stay in this area longer because she was telling me all about the different things they have here. The state park here, and they have a dinosaur and fossil museum that sounded really cool, but unfortunately we have to keep on our schedule and head over to our next date today.
Yeah, and just reflecting on Montana, it was such a fun time at Adventure Haus and the Glacier National Park area. And then what we realized as you drive across the state is there's just so much more here.
Next time we need to spend 2 weeks in every state and not 2 to 3 days.
2 to 3 days goes by really quick, but we're scratching the surface and getting a good impression of each spot for sure.
After looking over our plans for the day, we decided that we did have time for a quick stop and picked the Dinosaur and Fossil Museum in Glendive. It turned out to be a great choice, interactive and educational, with a scavenger hunt that kept the kids engaged as they explored the exhibits.
Montana.